Welcome to the Nazz Buzz show. We are so excited to have you. This is our 11th episode and we are so happy to be hosting it outside Hammond's building. And today we have a special host. I have a special host with me. We don't have Ebuka, but we have none other than
Lucy Omoyo, and I'll be taking you through for today. Yeah.
Okay, welcome. How are you feeling?
I'm feeling so good. Actually, I've always wanted to be here, guys. I've been behind the scenes, but today,
She's been behind
today
the
I'm
scenes,
here.
but today she's
Yeah.
on camera. So before we go into whatever we have today, we just wanted to say thank you for the support. Please, if you're watching this, share the link, comment, and just help us grow as Nazz Buzz. And today we have a special show lined up for you, and you can tell from the outfits we are wearing, we went all out today.
It's hot. Red is for hot.
Red is for
the
hot.
show is going to be hot today.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
we have an amazing guest, and we wanted to start off with him by interviewing him, and he's none other than Michael Danaro. You're welcome, Danaro.
Thank you.
How are you feeling?
I'm quite okay. I feel good, rejuvenated, excited. Happy to be here.
You're happy to be here. Okay, so the reason why we are interviewing Michael Danaro is because they have a special event which he'll be telling us about in a moment. So, bro, tell us your name, what course are you doing? Tell us a bit more about yourself and something that probably we don't know about you.
Okay, as has been said, I'm Michael Daniel Danaro. I'm a student of mass communication. I'm actually in my second semester.
Okay.
And I love journalism, I love media, I love communicating. So yeah, anything that's interesting about me, I'm really a boring person, but
Why do you
You're
think
a
you're
boring
boring?
person.
I know I'm really boring.
Why do you say you're
Okay.
boring?
Well, I don't normally subscribe to the normal facets and narratives that society works with. I'm not that kind of team about those weird stuff, trendy labels and all that kind of outfits. I don't do that most of the time.
Okay, but that means you're different. You're not
Yeah, it
boring.
doesn't make you boring, actually.
Okay,
So,
yeah, Lucy.
maybe you can introduce us to Nazz Buzz for people who have not maybe had any interactions with Nazz Buzz. You know, the people maybe who are hearing it for the first time. So,
Afrinaz.
yeah, Afrinaz.
Afrinaz is mass communication platform. It is, we consider ourselves more of an organization than a club.
But it's a club.
It's a club within the school,
Okay.
but we consider ourselves more of an organization.
Okay.
We actually a platform that provides space for all mass communication students, inclusive of whichever year you are,
Okay.
to actually put into practice all the theoretical aspects they've been learning in school. It's a platform that looks into the facets of journalism, and media, and communication, and public relations as well.
Is it a requirement for every mass communication student to join Afrinaz, or it's by choice? Is it by choice or it's a requirement?
Well, we believe we are a liberal club, so we go by what people want. So it's a club that you enter by choice. It is purely open to all mass communication students specifically.
Okay, let me get that right. So every single mass communication student can join it, but not any other student, for example, a law student like myself.
The essence of the club is to provide a framework,
Yeah.
provide a platform, a channel where all students, if I'm learning public relations,
Yeah.
I get to understand and enact all my public relations activities through this club.
Yeah.
If I'm a broadcast journalist, if I want to be a TV anchor later on, I actually learn all of this and put it into practice through Afrinaz. That's what we do. So if we were to open the doors for all the other students, then as much as we appreciate talent and diversity, we also need to consider that majority of the people here are for mass communication students. Majority of the people who need these utilities are mass communication students.
I think I get.
Yeah, because you have the talent of maybe being a news anchor, and you're maybe a BCom student.
Yeah.
There's this journalist student who wants to learn how to be an anchor.
Okay.
And you don't give them that position because you are someone better than them. It will be a little bit disparable.
Okay, I love that. I think maybe other students who are interested in that should form their own club. I don't know.
Yeah.
But now, to the big event that is happening, I know Afrinaz is rebranding, and there'll be a special ceremony happening tomorrow. Can you tell us about the event, the time, the venue, before I ask the question?
Well, Afrinaz, we are having an event tomorrow, the 24th of March,
Okay.
Friday, as from 11 o'clock officially.
11 o'clock.
Exactly.
Okay.
We are having an event where we'll be unveiling our new logo, showing how we have basically rebranded and relaunched ourselves with new facets and new beginnings in our club.
So
Yeah,
it's a mark of a new beginning.
And maybe you can tell us, like, do you have a guest of honor? Do you have partners? Like, are you partnering with any organization, or it's just like you're one man?
Well, as of now, we are a one-man army. Although we do have guest of honors. Well, our guest of honor is going to be in attendance. I've said guest of honors because there's someone else who is also honorable who is actually coming. That's why
Wow.
you feel very
Honorable.
Very prestigious
Are
to
we
have.
allowed to ask who is coming?
Or it's a surprise?
Okay. First of all, the guest of honor will be the chief marketer of PRSK, who will be in attendance, and then also in attendance now, the person who's not really a guest of honor, but
Will be
I
in
consider
attendance.
the person as a guest of honor.
Yeah.
Will be the CEO of the Public Relations Service Commission of Kenya.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's a big. That's a big.
Are there meals? Are there meals? Like, is there food for the
Of course,
event?
of
Is the event open to
Yeah.
anyone?
To anyone, yeah?
Yeah,
Or
no, it's a invite only event.
oh,
Yeah, but
That's sad.
of course we can reserve a couple here also for.
please
Nazz Buzz
reserve.
For myself. Okay. So
But,
thank
yeah.
you.
It's an event where it's majorly PR themed.
Okay.
Because we want to show people that as Africans, we are changing some misconceptions and misinformation that were there earlier.
Okay. So can you tell me a bit about that? As you're trying, what philosophy, what was going through your mind as you guys were trying to come up with the rebranding or coming up with a new identity for Afrinas?
Basically, our rebranding campaign began when one of our PR students in Afrinas realized that there was a problem within the club.
Yeah.
And we gave her the patent to go ahead and do interviews, do research, find out the causes, and look into a solution. And we realized that there was actually a couple of misconceptions about Africa as a club.
Can you tell us the misconceptions?
Well, for starters, majority normally think that Afrinas is actually a club for broadcast journalism students and print media students,
Yeah.
majorly.
Yeah.
So that was a misconception because as Afrinas, we are a mass communication platform which covers all facets of mass communication from print to electronic media to PR to broadcast journalism to graphics and design.
So there's a lot going on.
There's more than just people standing and holding a
Doing
microphone and
interview, yeah.
speaking. It's more than that. That's why we decided to actually let people understand that we cover more than just what people see on TV. There are
Yeah.
people behind the scenes. There are people who actually behind the scenes, basically the PR. The ones who actually make the relations, come up with the connections. That is also part of journalism and mass communication.
Oh, and
Amazing. What's the name of the students?
That was Charlene.
Charlene.
Yes.
Okay.
and
So
actually,
shout out to Charlene.
Thank you.
yeah, and in line with that, Melvin, we're all aware that you guys have a podcast, AfriPod. So, like, where can people listen to it? What do you talk about? Like, yeah, basically, just the background.
AfriPod is a platform that was pioneered by my friend and my friend Bildad and I. We began AfriPod. We thought of a platform that we could give the students of Africa Nazarene an avenue to actually speak out their voices, talk about their needs, their
Yeah.
concerns, their achievements,
Yeah.
their hype, their entertainment, basically make them be in the know and feel inclusive.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we decided to come up with AfriPod, a podcast where we could have everyone, regardless of their discipline in the school, to actually come and talk. That's why even till now, we have the Learn podcast.
There's now the AfriPod podcast, and we've also partnered with the Law Assembly of Africa Nazarene University
Exactly.
for law students.
Exactly.
Okay.
Of which also, that's just one of them. We are actually open to other disciplines coming in also to bring in, to start a podcast through us. Because AfriPod is the major avenue. It's more of like a channel.
Yeah.
But even despite it being also a channel, we also a platform for also media students to actually also learn. So it's more of a win-win situation for both.
I love that. That's very innovative. Shout out to you and Bildad for coming up with such an innovative idea. And I think now podcasting is growing all over the place in Africa, in all over. People are starting their podcasts, and it's nice to see that we're also part of that movement. So now, as I was still asking, you guys were talking about the way you want to rebrand. So what kind of, what's the technical and creative know-how that has gone into it? What have you guys invested to make sure that you guys are new, the misconceptions have been debunked and stuff like that?
Well, we heavily invested in spreading the narrative that we are just more than two facets of journalism.
Okay.
We made sure that by actually organizing this event, we actually, should I use that, exploited?
Yeah.
But they basically understand what I mean, that we fully used the financial muscle, not financial, the intellectual muscle of the PR sector of Afrinas to actually come up with this event.
So the PR sector, the PR department was very key to your rebranding.
Exactly. That way, it will show out to people that we are not just rebranding. We are rebranding through the people we are actually wanting people to understand and
So it
see.
was internal. There's no one from outside Afrinas.
We've invited United States International University,
Wow.
USIU.
USIU, and
Okay, amazing.
Wow.
So now you've talked about your podcast. So who runs the production, the editing? Who does that? All of that?
the production is run by me and our chief editor, who is known as Bridget Wambui.
She's the chief editor.
She's the chief editor.
She's a student.
She's a student of the school. Actually, she's a 1.2 student.
Wow.
Oh, that's
Wow.
good. She's a first year.
Today, another person the next week, another person the other week. Basically, we make sure that it goes around everybody so that people can actually have a chance to practice
Yeah.
and be good in podcasting, because podcasting is almost close to radio broadcasting.
Yeah.
So if one can understand how podcasting works, they can find radio broadcasting a little bit easier.
Easier.
Oh,
I
yeah.
agree. And thank you so much. I think myself, I've been part of the podcast.
Exactly, yeah.
You've participated
so please listen.
before.
Where can people listen to the podcast?
You can find our podcasts. You can even find the exclusive podcast of Melvin and I in AfriPod, the platform. Sorry, not AfriPod. Castbox.
Castbox.
Castbox, the platform.
Okay.
You can also find it in Google Podcast,
Google Podcasts.
Spotify, Anchor, Buzzsprout, AfriPods organization.
AfriPods organization.
Yeah, that's also a platform for podcasts.
Yeah.
Because definitely we just share the same name with them. So just go there, search AfriPod, and you will see our podcasts. We are currently on our 10th episode as we speak.
Wow. And people are watching.
People listen. The first listeners so far for a beginning podcast like ours is I think 100 listeners.
That's
100
nice.
listens.
That's
Yeah,
nice.
That's great.
And
So, I think Lucy has a question for you.
yeah, maybe a personal question. So how do you find balance between your personal life and your studies and all these things you're interested in, that is Afrinas? Yeah. Like how do you balance between the two?
You
Personally,
sound like a really busy person.
Yeah, you sound like a very big. Do you even have time for your social life?
that's the thing. I make sure that all of them are actually related. My facet of my private life and my public life is actually related, which means that it doesn't change who I am. I am still the same person in that context and this other context. So what I'm doing right now is something I've always loved to do, even in my personal time. Journalism and media and communication is something I love doing ever since I was a kid.
Wow.
So getting the chance to now do it publicly is just another way, or is just
an
another avenue for
extension,
me, or an extension for me to actually continue being who I really am. So
Okay.
if it's a matter of balancing, I actually find that I'm actually working and enjoying what I'm doing
Yeah.
and relaxing at the same time.
Okay, that's amazing.
It's a very good way of
And
taking life.
I know that you are also interning for a radio station.
Yes.
Which radio station is that?
Mount Zion Radio, where God surrounds his people. That's where actually I am interning. Every day from 7 o'clock to 9 o'clock in the evening, you will catch me as we uplift each other, encourage each other, motivate each other, inspire each other, and be there for each other. in
Yeah.
Christ and love.
Am I talking to somebody? Am I talking?
Can I get an
Am I
amen?
preaching?
Okay.
Amen.
So what's your best memory in the club history? When did you joined it? Immediately you got into first year?
Yes.
Okay.
I joined Afrinas when I was in 1.1. I think the media crew who are also here, who are part of Afrinas, And Africans themselves will actually concur that the best memory of Africans will actually be created tomorrow.
Hey,
Oh.
okay.
When we'll now be, allow me to use this analogy, we'll now be finally rising like phoenixes.
Wow.
Rising like a phoenix.
Best moments are yet
Bro,
to
you're
come.
deep, you're deep, you're
Wow.
deep.
Hey.
So does the club have any affiliation to any organization outside there? Do you guys have MOUs with any organizations out there?
Currently not yet.
Okay.
That is why we are actually rebranding, so that
Wow.
we can now refurbish our PR sector by engaging them in such activities that
Yeah.
can now create for us connections.
Okay.
That through that. But as of now, we haven't yet created any official affiliations, although we believe we are going to begin as of tomorrow.
Okay.
Wow.
Lovely. Does the Mascom students have to pay for membership? I know usually for a club to run, there's usually funds involved and the students come together and make a contribution as a membership fee. Do you guys have that?
Yes, we do, but it is on a consensual basis on your terms as a member of the club, not.
Okay, so lovely.
You can tell us if you have a talent, because on our show we love asking people, do you have a talent?
Yeah.
What is your talent? What is your talent? Maybe you can even sing for us.
Last week we had the president of the student council and he sang for us.
And I was amazed. He can sing so well. So what can you do? You don't associate.
Music.
But I don't associate. But when it comes to what do you call it? When it comes to actually poetry, art, literature, I actually really thrive in that sector. I enjoy poetry. I write poems once in a while. Okay, not once in a while. I write poems often.
Where can people get your poems?
There are books just on Amazon, and also
You've published your poems?
yeah, I've actually taken part in 2 poetry anthologies.
Who are we talking
Wow.
to, Melvin? Who are we talking to?
And you didn't tell us. So the books are on Amazon?
Yes, the books are also on Amazon, and there are certain avenues which, of course, you can hit me up later on Instagram or also.
Okay, where can people get you to ask?
Yeah.
Yeah.
On Instagram, it's Danaro Official.
The Naro Official.
Yeah.
Okay.
On Twitter, it's Michael Danaro.
Michael Danaro. Okay, that's lovely. Can I ask something? Afrinas, as it's rebranding and all of that, I know you've received a lot of support. Where do you think the support has majorly come from? Is it from the students? Is it from the faculty? Or is it just intrinsic motivation that you guys are running on?
I think all of those options you've given encompass where our support comes from.
Okay.
The students of
Can you
Africans
explain
themselves-
more?
The students of Africans themselves actually have that motivation to
Okay.
actually push forward. Majority of the club's funds was actually used in the coming up of the event.
Majority of the?
Club funds.
The club funds. Oh, okay.
Also, genuinely, I'd like to actually appreciate the mass communication department for also actively taking part in assisting in terms of resources.
Yeah.
Of the club. And finally, the school, of course, helped us in coming up with the space for the event and all.
Yeah.
Okay, so how can we, now that you've said we've supported, how can we do it better? You've said students, as us, for example, me as a law student, as part of this, how can I help Afrinas to do better?
Engaging Afrinas in various activities of your scenario or your circumstance is a key way of helping Afrinas build its brand.
Okay, for example?
What the law school is currently doing, the Lanu podcast.
Yeah.
Full avenue for Afrinas, because from there we also gain our recognition. From Amnesty Club, what they actually did last semester, giving us the opportunity to actually cover their event. That's also another way, because Afrinas covers more than just broadcast and camera work. We also work with PR. Afrinas can help in looking for your public relations, the right public relations, giving you the perfect publicity for your organization or for your entity. Graphics design, we also have very talented graphic designers in our club and our print media. So basically engaging us in whatever channels of communication you'd love to use for your work or for your business is a very great way of actually engaging Africans in the club.
Okay, lovely. I love that you guys are very open to partnerships. So what will be your parting shot to everyone who is watching this in regards to the event that is happening tomorrow?
My guys, it's going to be bigger, it's going to be better, it's going to be the best. That's what I'm telling you. We are waiting for something that's gonna be revolutionary in this school.
Wow.
Yeah, that's what I can guarantee you.
And do you have a dress code? Like, do you have a dress code, or people will just come in with Crocs and everything they want?
Smart casual is a look.
Smart casual.
Smart casual is a look.
Smart casual ni gani?
Smart
Never.
casual. Smart casual is a look. Basically, just look official,
Official,
in
but-
a
Oh,
less
but-
intimidating manner. Don't
Not like very
Because it's
serious.
Friday. Because it's Friday.
Because
You
it's a
know,
Friday.
us lawyers
Yeah.
overdress.
We have to.
So I had
It's
to
so we
make
do for a
sure.
living.
But thank you so much, Danaro. We want to say a big congratulations to
No.
you and your club.
We appreciate
What you're doing. It's not easy. I'm a club head myself. I know it's not easy running things and stuff like that. So big shout out to you.
Thank you so much.
And I think you guys should be running for the most active club. If there's such an
Because-
award, please consider Afrina's club.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So we are so grateful for you making time. I know you have a busy schedule in regards to tomorrow. So thank you so much for having us. So now we're onto the next segment. I think Lucy will lead us to it. We have a new segment today.
Yeah. And today we'll be doing question just to know whether you're versed with the recent happenings in school,
Okay.
or whether umelalisha when you're in school. You get. So I'm going to start with the first one. This one will tell me
We'll
whether.
explain it again.
Oh, I should explain.
Yeah.
So I'll basically tell you quotes, some quotes that have been said, very, should I say popular quotes that have been said in this school. Then you'll tell me the context. You'll tell me who said it, when was it said,
Okay.
and yeah, basically
I
you
think
get
I've
it.
gotten it.
But the
And
first
I
one is
also
going
have
to be.
questions for you.
You have
okay?
questions for me. I
I also have
you
questions for you.
You know, have you met me?
Let me
So,
start. Let me start.
You're
let me
starting.
start,
Okay,
yeah.
fine.
So yesterday we had an event here in school, the business event, and we had the certified procurement and supply professional Kenya here with us, and it's the latest addition to the executive education course list. I want to ask you a question.
Yes.
Is this true or false?
Is it true or false?
Yeah.
It's true. We saw Kiseb.
Is-
It's Kiseb.
Okay, it's okay. You're right.
I told you.
Yeah.
So-
Okay. Let me ask the next question, and then you'll ask me your question.
Okay.
Is that fine? I'm
Oh,
gonna
it
have a
seems,
question.
you feel smarter, but we'll see who's smarter. We'll see.
Okay,
We'll
so
see. Yeah.
somebody in this school, I'm not going to say who it is.
Uh-huh.
You're the one to tell me.
Okay.
He said this, and one of the ways you can know how these quotes came about, we usually post, when an event is happening, the social media team usually posts the quotes that are being said in the event on Twitter. So if you're watching us, please follow us on Twitter, on Facebook. These sound bites are usually posted on the various
on
platforms.
Instagram, and even
even
on
on
Instagram,
Instagram, yes. So this person said, it's not so much about winning as it is about participating.
I know that one. Let me think.
It sounds like
It
Martin
is.
Luther type.
It is. Yeah, and I'm sorry. I relate to it. Professor Reed during the ICC moot court competitions.
Mediation competition, yeah,
Although
you're
mediation,
right.
but they were competition. At least I got something.
Yeah,
And then I
yeah.
think Enyu came third. And then he said, yeah, he made the statement.
So
That's
he
correct.
said that because a new third, and I think that's very critical because most people think that
It's all about winning.
it's all
And
Welcome back
so-
from the break,
Yeah, yeah,
short
yeah.
commercial break.
Yeah, sure.
Yes, Lucy,
Yeah,
we were
I
doing
do
the
want to
quotes.
forget my quote. That is why I
Okay.
came in first.
Bring your quote
So the
on.
quote was, the real winners are the ones who will take what they've learned here to build a minimum viable product. The minimum viable product will give you a clue,
Minimum
you know.
viable product.
Yeah.
That's John Gila. Is that John Gila?
Why are you getting it? Why are you getting it?
I have
You're
my
supposed
ways.
to fail.
Please, if you're watching me right now, just click on the like button
Yeah.
and comment something, okay?
Yeah.
Yeah, so John Gila said this during the Impact Week, which is usually an event that happens in school. It's all about innovation, and people usually come up with prototypes to solve problems.
Yeah.
And I think he was saying this because majority of people, once they don't get the first position, second position, they give up their idea from the prototype stage.
Yeah.
And I believe that if you want to be a winner, just like the first quote that Dr. Rodney Reed had said, you need to go all the way to the end
Yeah.
so that your prototype becomes an actual product. Because we've seen people who come up with ideas, and when they didn't even win, but when they brought them to completion,
Yeah.
they started making money. They even started making money out of it. So it's not all about it's not about winning. It's about going to the end.
And by
to
the way,
logical
no
conclusion.
intimidation should make you stop or give up on whatever it is
Yeah,
that
I mean,
you
it's
do.
trust
Yeah.
the process.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now I have a question for you.
Uh-huh.
A quote, and you'll tell me who said it. And I know this one is easy because I
Yeah.
know it's easy.
Bring-
So
bring
I'm
it
going
on.
to say.
Maybe it's not easy.
So the quote says, and I quote, I have learned as a son of Africa, that will tell you that when something is important, we get together and talk. We do so to shape our common future, to lay groundwork for making that future a reality. Then we talk again. I'll give you a clue. This was during the gubernatorial debate last year in June that we hosted here at ANU.
That was Dr. Bebe.
That was Dr. Bebe. That was
Yeah,
easy. Hey,
that was easy.
that
Son of
one-
Africa, isn't it?
That one,
Yeah.
no clap for you because it was so easy.
Hey, the people at home will clap for me. You guys clap. Give a like.
So he said this during his opening remarks, and I think he has our wonderful Vice Chancellor has a very Pan-African heart, and that's why
Yeah,
he was
yeah.
saying that as sons of Africa, and you can remember this from your social studies.
Yeah.
When we learned about the Njurin Cheke, as Africans, we like to talk things over things. We have governance structures, even before whatever colonialism and all of that.
Yeah.
We used to sit down and talk and solve our issues, and that's
Yeah.
what we were doing during that debate. We were
The
talking
debates.
to the candidates and finding out what solutions they have for us
Yeah.
as a people in Kajiado County. You have a question for me?
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
This one, I don't know if you'll get it, but I hope so. I zoomed out and I was able to see the bigger picture. I've learned that Africa is the richest continent in terms of resource endowment.
Okay, so that's Dr. Simon Obwatho. I was in the Zoom call, yeah?
I'm mad.
So he was in the Zoom call, and this is when he was in NNU,
Yeah, for the exchange program. He was representing
Northwest
the
Nazarene
faculty.
University,
Yeah.
and he was saying this. Can you see what he said? I zoomed out and I was able to see a bigger
A
picture.
bigger picture.
And you know, once you leave Africa, even if you leave Kenya, you start appreciating what you have.
Yeah, true.
And I think as Africa, once we leave our continent, that's when we see that, wow, we
realize.
actually have a lot of things. So if you're
Yeah.
watching this, you can be part of the NNU, a new exchange program,
Yeah.
so that you can have a bigger picture. You know, it's
Yeah.
a bird's eye view. You are like
You
in America,
realize.
you're seeing Africa, you say, wow, we have a lot of people, we have a
They
lot
say
of...
you only need the light when it's burning low.
Exactly. I
Yeah.
could not have said it much perfectly.
Yeah.
So be part of the NNU exchange program and see what's happening. And then this one, I don't know. Okay, we interviewed her and she said,
said it.
I will say she so that you know who it is. When you apply for the program, be ready to come and share about your culture and teach people about Africa.
So when you talk about the program, of course, you're talking about
Yeah,
the
but the
exchange
exchange
program,
program.
and it's about teaching people different cultures.
Yeah.
So it's Docila, right?
Sule Okode
Yeah,
from the
it's
NNU
Docila.
exchange program.
Yeah.
And she's saying that we should also be ready to share. You know, usually when people go for exchange programs, or even outside Africa,
Yeah.
they want to go and learn, hey, CG, what do we have,
They
McDonald's?
come 2 weeks, they don't even know Kiswahili or
You've forgotten, you've
the
got an
accent is
accent.
different. Hey,
But I think we should also, as Africans, even here in ANU, we should learn to teach our people about our culture so that it's not forgotten.
Yeah.
We should teach them about our culture. For example, the misinformation. You know, there's a lot of misinformation. For example, one of the misinformations that I know is that when you go to America or even abroad, if people assume Africa is one country. And they tell you
like there are no different states.
they
believe
think
there's
it's one
states.
country, senior.
Ah.
And for example, if you say, oh, Mimi, I'm from Kenya, and they tell you, oh, I have a cousin from South Africa, do you know her? Because they think it's one country. And that's why we should teach people about our culture at ANU. And you can do this by being part of the ANU exchange program.
Yeah. Shouldn't always be about, you know, embracing other people. It's like these people you go to the coast, you come back, ushaanza kusema ndiposa. Surely,
I know.
So finally, I think I'll just ask this. So by 2024, you should get this, by the way.
By 2024?
On a serious note.
Okay.
By 2024, all members of Kenya Institute of Supplies Management will be required to have the CPSPK certificates.
Okay, I am not sure who said that, but I know it was yesterday.
CPSK. That one was said by Dr. Fred Ongesa.
Dr. Fred Ongesa.
Yeah, during the event yesterday.
Okay.
Yeah. And you learn more about like KISEB, you know, like the 3 classes now of learning, like you from the academic one, then to professional certification, then finally you practice.
So all of that is happening here at ANU since we've been given the accreditation to train people for that certification.
Yeah.
Amazing. So now, very important news is that we have the 4th edition of the ANU Legal Aid Week is coming up from the 3rd to the 7th of April 2023.
I'm so excited
about
it.
Do you know, can you tell us about the theme?
The theme of legal aid is empowering marginalized communities, upholding economic and climate justice through legal aid.
I think the climate change needs to be addressed, and I can't wait to see the speakers and whatever they have in store for us.
And I think this is actually all about, like, you know, educating people who are not literate about, you know, things relating to
educating the public on legal literacy, and I think that's very important, and that's one of the major things we believe here at ANU, especially the law school. And
what are some of the things that are going to be happening?
So they're going to be having talks. They're going to be having a public. They're going to be having a public lecture, I think, on Monday with different guest speakers. I think judges have been invited.
Yeah, and like last time there was PLO, right?
Yeah, last year we had PLO who came, and let me tell you, the guy can speak.
Woof.
And he didn't read from any notes. So I can't expect, I think I'm expecting more from the Legal Aid Week. The PLOs talked about the constitutional amendments in Kenya, I think from June 1963, and he was just saying them from the top of his mind.
When will we
get there? Crazy.
When will we get there?
And then also as ANU, we also had as the law school also, we had the Kajiado senatorial and gubernatorial debates hosted by the ANU in June 2022 to give citizens a platform to interrogate the agendas of those who are seeking to lead them. So I think that's why I think ANU is one of the best universities for you if you're watching me. And then we also had a public dialogue meeting. I think we've seen changes over the last 2 weeks in the road the road from Masai Lodge to school. And this happened after the public dialogue that was held on 4th February, where the citizens of Kajiado lodged a petition to the government to insist that our roads needs to be repaired. And you can see that progress came here, right here at ANU, and you know what begins here transforms the world.
Definitely.
Yeah. So,
what are we expecting now for the week?
For the week now, we're expecting legal services and advice. For example, you are somebody who's watching me, you are not a student, maybe you have a land battle that you don't know where to start. They'll be having that outside school now. They'll be having it in the community. So yes, the students and faculty and staff will be helping in that. There'll be mentorship for law students, as well as panel discussions on different topics, hot debates. So I can't wait for it.
So
more details will be shared soon. So just keep an eye on our social media pages.
Yeah. Now on a lighter note,
we're
told that there are 4 types of lawyers. There are 4 types of lawyers. Melvin, please take us through, and then you'll tell us which are you.
So the person who introduced us to this, and it's on a light note, please don't take us seriously.
If you take us seriously, you'll die.
It was a lady, I forget her name, but she was came all the way from, I think, Europe, and she was saying that we have 4 types of lawyers. The first one is the money-motivated lawyer. And these ones tend to flock the corporate law. They want to make
Money,
Maja,
the
sijui
bag.
money. That's the money motivated lawyer. The second one is the natural debaters. You know those people, they can debate with you about anything and at any
I
time.
can say like this is a shoe.
And
no, it's not a shoe, it's a boot.
It's a boot, yeah. So we
Yeah.
have that type of lawyer, and we have those who are pushed into law by their parents.
Yeah.
Like they said, you, kijana, if you are under my roof, you are doing law. And then the last one is the idealist, and these are the best ones who want to practice law to help make the world a better place. So which one are you?
So like, let me ask first. So those who are pushed by parents are those when you walishtoa wana kijiji lakini sahi it's it's dealing with them perpendicularly.
Yeah.
Yeah, which one am I? I think I'm an idealist. I want to make the world a better place.
Yeah.
But again, you know, Melvin, the world is a better place with money. But okay, for now, I'll settle with idealist. I think, yeah.
Okay, me, I don't know. I think I'm finding out who I am, but I was definitely
You're
not
still figuring
pushed.
out.
I really love the law, and I want to help people through the law.
Yeah, no,
And
that makes you idealist.
yeah, all of this was on a light note.
Yeah, yeah,
okay,
yeah.
don't
Very
take us
light.
seriously. Don't say we don't want to propagate stereotypes
Yeah.
at any time. So okay, so now we have another event, an ENRM event. The environmental school will be having an event, and that's a webinar. It will be happening online, and we're having Professor Aubach. I hope I'm getting it right. That's happening on the March 24th at 11:30 a.m. If you have any questions about the event, you can ask. You can drop a comment, and we'll gladly assist you.
Yeah.
So for any registration and login details, please email enrm@anu.ac.ke. Yeah, or be in touch with John Henry. I think John Henry is easier to find. And then which other event do we have?
Now we have the All Woman Alumni event that will be at ACK Guest House, Upper Hill from 9 to 3 on the 25th of March. So
Please take
our
note
All
of the
Woman
change of venue.
alumni. Yeah,
It
there's
was
a change of venue. It was supposed to be at KICC,
Yeah.
but now they've moved it to ACK Guest House. So if you
Upper
had planned
Hill.
to go to KICC earlier, then now you know where. And it's starting from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
So before even we go to the cultural week, which is one of the big events that we'll have this
Most
semester.
awaited. Most
We have the
awaited.
call for articles. If you want to be featured in the Aspire magazine 2023, you can write a poem, and you can write an article.
Yeah.
And the theme is lifelong learning for sustainable development.
Yeah.
There's a lot of wind. I'll take it again. Lifelong learning for sustainable development. So you can write anything along that line, and
Yeah.
you'll be published. You'll get the magazine, and you'll see yourself as a published author.
And it's a chance that comes once in a blue moon.
Once every year.
Yeah,
You get
so-
this opportunity comes once every year. We also have the university's fund tree planting exercise on the 31st, which will be happening, I think, along with Cultural Week. We'll be planting 400 tree seedlings.
Wow, in a day.
Yes, with a view to help.
Green belt. The other one is very nice, actually.
Yeah, I'm sure you know that
Afforestation.
as Kenya, Kenya, we are striving for 10%
Yeah, yeah.
forest cover in Kenya.
True.
So 400 seedlings. If you want to be part of it, just drop us a comment. If you have any questions, we'll gladly assist you.
Assist, yeah.
Now, the cultural week, I think I'll leave it to you.
Hey, cultural week. Oh my God, like I've been sleeping. The moment I sleep, like I wake up, like cultural week is on my mind. It's next week, guys. That is the good thing about it.
From Monday,
Yeah, from Monday to Friday, all the way, like the whole week, and there'll be so many activities. Like just you should look forward to participating by day. And we have a dress code by day for the whole week. So can you take us through?
So Monday, I think we're having professional wear. This means that you wear as somebody you see yourself in the future.
Yeah, yeah.
For example, you're doing law. You can dress up as the lawyer you see yourself in future. And you can also mix it up. You can dress as something else. For example, you're doing law. And I'm using law because I'm a law student. You can dress up as a chef. You
Yeah.
can dress up as a security guard.
Yeah,
One
like,
guy
if
said
it's
he
your
would dress
passion,
up as
why
a
not?
security guard.
Yeah.
We are basically representing different professions.
Yeah.
And then the second day we have the what was the
On
second?
Tuesday is cultural, like
Cultural.
yeah, cultural.
So
one.
this is about telling us your story. Which cultural background do you have? You can dress up as you are a Maasai, a Gikuyu. I don't know how they dress. Personally,
Some brown attire,
watch out.
I think.
I have an outfit for Tuesday which will blow your mind.
Yeah. And you should look forward. And then Wednesday we are having color clash, where color blocking, yeah.
Color blocking.
So
yes.
Melvin will be shining. Kyoko.
Kyoko. You
Are
know,
you
already
ready? Are you
know.
ready? Are you ready for Wednesday?
I'm very ready.
Yeah. And then on Thursday we'll be doing retro, where we go back to high school. So yeah, You were according to your school. So which school? You should be proud of your school first. So which school were you in?
Me, I was in Tala High School, and
Nice.
you'll see the uniform.
Okay.
But I just wanted to note that on Wednesday we'll have the cultural night. It's like the pre-gala
yeah,
event.
yeah.
And that's where we'll be seeing the items that will be presented for gala.
Yeah, on
So
that
if you are
Friday.
a Rwandan student, you have a dance, you are a Kamba nation, you are a Luya nation, you have a dance, this is your opportunity to shine.
Yeah.
And I'm sure, according to the flyer that is posted on our Instagram,
Yeah.
there will be awards for the best dressed and the
Of
best
course.
dances and performances. If you also want to perform, maybe you're an upcoming rapper, this is your time to shine. Sign up with John Henry and
Yeah.
we'll
Make
be
your
part
dream
of the
come
gala.
true.
Make your dream come true. Otherwise, it's been a wonderful show.
Oh, on
Do you-
Friday, you know, I talked about Friday.
Oh, Friday.
Friday now we're having the gala, the main night square ndovu kumla mwana. Please, please, please. The dress code is like you should be dressed like somebody who's going for dinner. Come in a suit. We want, you know, like dress to kill.
Tuxedo.
I'm ready to die. I'm so ready. Do you have your tuxedo ready?
Yeah, I do. I think I do.
I don't know if I want to say I'm ready for Friday, but we'll try. But guys, don't come in Crocs. You know what? That day, like you should be dressed to kill.
Yeah, especially the guys. I know the ladies usually dress up nicely, but the
Yeah,
gentlemen,
but the gentlemen-
let's bring our game. Let's bring our A game.
Yeah.
But otherwise, I can't wait for it.
Yeah.
See you guys next week. Same place, same
Same time. Bye.